Welcome to CN Movies, the show where we review movies from a Christian's perspective. I am the filmmaker.
And I'm the film watcher.
This is the third time. We got all the way through this review one time. I think they needed to know. We got all the way through this review one time. The thing that's recording our audio shut off sometime in between that. So we had to restart. We restarted. We got like halfway through the review. The camera turns off. We're like, why is the camera turning off? Turns out it wasn't even recording like an idiot. Just the audio recorder was. So here we are in the third one. I did 2 spooky intros in the first 2. I'm out of spooky energy to do a spooky intro. It's just disappointing, you guys. So if this review feels a little bit like we're rushing, maybe.
We said all this.
It's because we've done this before twice, so we're sorry. We'll do our best.
Oh, we don't go near any place with spooky, haunted, forbidden, or creepy in the name.
Well, hydrochloric.
Right, or hydrochloric, but that's for a whole different reason, man.
The first category is the story. Zoinks! 2 years after a clash of egos forced Mr. Inc. to close its doors, Scoopy and his clever crime-solving cohorts, Fred, Daphne, Shaggy, and Velma, are individually summoned to Spooky Island to investigate a series of paranormal incidents at the ultra-hip Spring Break hotspot. Scooby and the gang will have to overcome their personal differences and forget everything they think they know about fake ghouls and phony creatures to crack the case, save themselves, and possibly... the world. Ruh-roh. How'd you know I was going to say the world? Have you heard it before? So, what did you think of the story? I'll let you
How
go.
about I tell you
If
your
you go
notes,
first...
and then you tell them my
No.
notes.
How about you go first, and maybe this time nothing will fail on us.
All right. So, basically, the things that I thought were good about the story was not much. I liked Scooby-Doo. I liked the cartoon. I liked Scooby-Doo cartoon. And the beginning of the Scooby-Doo is like an actual cartoon. It shows you the end. Stop it. It shows you the end of one of their episodes, and they catch the bad guy, and it wasn't really a ghost. It was just this guy in a suit.
The Luna ghost is in fact...
Oh, man, Smithers! The creepy janitor?
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids and you dumb dog.
Typical Scooby-Doo. And that's the first 10 minutes. And then right after that, the group splits up, and because they're all mad at each other for various reasons. And then, like you said, it's just 2 years later, and they're all invited to this island to solve the mystery. So they're all back together again.
Yeah.
But they don't act like a team. They are each trying to do their own thing and solve the mystery by themselves so that they get the recognition and glory. So that's kind of the premise of the movie. On the whole, I think it's
especially when Daphne's trying to figure out the mystery. She's
Daphne
talking to that one guy who was like, "Don't go up there," and she's like, "Oh, you're telling me to not go up there, so I do go up there. But I know what your plan is, so I'm not going to go up there."
And whatever you do not, I repeat, do not go into that spooky island castle.
Unless you knew I'd figure it out. So you told me not to go up to the castle, so I would think that you wanted me to go, so I wouldn't go, just like you didn't want me to.
Huh? She's
it's like the Princess Bride, because you think you know, but I don't.
You think I know that I don't know that you know that I know that you know that I. It was like that. Yeah. It was like, Daphne, shut up.
But
the first 10 minutes of this movie were the best.
Yes.
They were the best part of the entire movie. I know you think I've said that already, but I haven't said that this time. The first 10 minutes are the best part of the movie. They really are.
I just think, on the whole, this movie is very juvenile.
Juvenile is a better word than dumb. Yes. It was a juvenile movie with some PG-13 humor in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the characters switch bodies, though, it's hilarious.
That was funny.
But Fred does comment about, "Oh, now I have boobs," because he's Daphne. Because it's what? Oh no, he's in Daphne's body, and Daphne's in his body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So little stuff like that's thrown in, which is Christian nutritional value, but it is part of the story. Real monsters instead of someone pretending to be a monster. There are real monsters in this movie, which was weird because the entire time you're like, they're gonna pull off the mask, and like I think Velma's the first one to actually try to rip one off.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's
it's just
lighting and technology.
Yeah, like she's like, I've seen it, because earlier in the movie she does point out how the thing they were looking at was just a hologram. She's like, she's like, there's a thing there, and there, and they're like, oh, well, this one's smart. Yeah. So she knew, but she tried ripping off the mask, and nope, it was just a monster's poorly CGI'd face. The CGI is bad throughout the movie. Scooby-Doo's probably the best CGI, and as you've seen Scooby-Doo so far in this review, if you think that looks good, then that's about as good as it gets. The CGI was pretty bad, though. Anyways, for story, I I give it a 6 out of 15.
I gave it a 7
out of 15.
Yeah.
I can't believe you gave it a higher score still.
I can't either, but anyways.
You can't either.
Oh, we don't go near any place with spooky, haunted, forbidden, or creepy in the name.
Well, hydrochloric.
Right, or hydroclonic, but that's for a whole different reason, man.
The next category is characters. All of the characters, Shaggy, Fred, Daphne, Velma, all look
Scooby.
exactly, well, Scooby CGI, all look exactly like their cartoon counterparts. Just whoever
Pretty
did
close.
the
Yeah.
casting was nailed. You got Freddie Prinze Jr. playing Fred, Sarah Michelle Gellar's playing Daphne, Matthew Lillard did the best job out of all of them playing Shaggy, and you have Linda Cardellini. I don't know. Cardellini, there you go. Yeah, she's the only one I didn't know before seeing this movie, and I don't think I've seen her. I probably have seen her something since. I don't know, but they all look exactly like their cartoon counterparts. They all act exactly like their cartoon counterparts. I think the only one different really is Velma. She has a little bit more confidence than she normally does. I mean, it's probably the only difference I can think of. Daphne's a little bit more dumb. Fred's a little bit more cocky.
They exaggerated all any sort of bad detail to make the team.
Yeah, so it was clear why they weren't working together. Whereas Shaggy and Scooby were still just Shaggy and Scooby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaggy was the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, and you gotta remember though, like most of his scenes are with Scooby, and Scooby's not real, so he really did a good job. You know what I mean? Like it was just him shooting like by himself, and then they inserted Scooby later. So he really did a great job. Scrappy-Doo appears in this movie. If you've seen the cartoons, Scrappy-Doo, you might know him.
Scrappy-Dappy-Doo! Ghosts don't stand a chance with me. Let me at 'em. Rock 'em. Suck 'em.
He appears for like 10 seconds, and it was a pretty funny scene. Because he gets kicked out of Mystery... Like, the only scene you see him in, he gets kicked out of Mystery Inc.
Why would you say that?
Well, I mean, because I gotta show them footage, and really the entire scene's like 20 seconds long, and they're gonna see Scrappy-Doo get kicked out. There's no other way. Otherwise, you're gonna sit here and watch us talk for like 2 minutes about Scrappy-Doo without showing anything. So, Scrappy-Doo shows up. It's pretty funny. He's dumb. Yes, but he's pretty funny. And the villains are really lame.
Yes.
I don't even care. Like I'm not even gonna. I'll show you like the villains that you suspect from the very beginning. I'm not gonna show you the actual villain. But my gosh, if you've seen a Scooby-Doo episode, you're gonna put 2 and 2 together and figure out who the actual villain is. And the villains I'm showing you are still part of the villains, and it's still they're just all lame. What's their motivation? Doesn't matter.
World domination. Obviously.
No, like island domination. I don't know. Yeah, and they're starting with college students on spring break. Great idea. Good idea. Anyways, the characters, though, 8 out of 10.
I gave him a 7 out of 10.
I don't think we even talked about Scooby-Doo. But Scooby-Doo, despite his CGI, was...
He was just like Scooby-Doo.
He was Scooby-Doo, yeah. So I feel like we probably should have mentioned Scooby-Doo in the movie Scooby-Doo, but Scooby-Doo in the movie Scooby-Doo is Scooby-Doo.
And he acted like Scooby-Doo.
And he acts like Scooby-Doo, yeah.
Oh, we don't go near any place with spooky, haunted, forbidden, or creepy in the name.
Well, hydrochloric.
Right, or hydroclonic, but that's for a whole different reason, man.
The next category is music. Scooby-Doo theme song. Fantastic. Memorable. Good.
They only played it like once, though, didn't they?
That's fine. I mean, I guess they could have played it for the whole hour and a half, and that would got annoying.
No, I'm just saying a Scooby-Doo theme song can be played more than once in the movie.
You could have played the beginning and the end, I guess. But yeah, the
Or when
Scooby-Doo
they
theme
solve
song.
the crime or whatever.
Like, we solved the crime. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now.
The rest of the music is very much stuck in its place. And this entire movie.
It was made in 2002, but I definitely could have thought it was 1999.
If you said it was 98, 99, 2000, yeah. It's stuck in that little place in time. It was like its own little...
The hair and the clothes.
The late 90s,
music.
early 2000s are almost like its own decade. I like the 90s is its own decade, but it's almost like early 90s, late 90s were split up. And early 2000s was part of the late 90s. And this movie is the time, like, you want to time travel to the late 90s, early 2000s. You want to know what pre-9/11 was like. Before, even though 9/11 had happened by this point. There you go. I'm just saying. We discussed this previously, but
yeah, right.
a 15-year-old who probably watches a lot of YouTube. You have a brother who's around that age group, and he was born. So, I mean, he probably hasn't even seen this movie.
He turned 1 the day after the Twin Towers.
Wow. Interesting. Really?
Mm-hmm. We went to McDonald's, and no one was there. We were the only people there.
probably because everyone was too sad to even eat McDonald's.
They were all
Wow, I wish we could have got that on camera. People are too sad to go to McDonald's? What category are we in right now? We're still in the music category. I'm not sure how that relates, but... oh, man.
The music was all 90s.
It was all 90s. And she doesn't care for 90s music in general. Alright, well, I mean, I don't know why you don't like 90s music, though. You must be... Heathen!
I like all music. I just don't really enjoy listening.
You're my wonder wall.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's a good song. There are good songs. I said maybe. There are okay songs.
Gonna be the one that saves me.
Anyways, I gave the music a 5 out of 10. What did you give
and
the music?
After all...
Oh, look, you gave the music a 6 out of 10. I mean, 7 out of 10.
Don't undercut my score. There. Hey, Missy. Hey.
Oh, we don't go near any place with spooky, haunted, forbidden, or creepy in the name.
Well, hydrochloric.
Right, or hydroclonic, but that's for a whole different reason, man.
Our last category is Christian nutritional value. The friendship between Shaggy and Scooby-Doo was very important. It showed the friendship was more important. Bros before hoes. Well, I mean, they didn't say it. I don't know, is there another way to say that? Another way to say that? That's what they were going with.
I'm glad you decided to put that in the Christian nutritional value.
Bros before. Well, no. I was just saying friendship's very important, and you shouldn't just abandon your friendship over something fleeting. It really was something like he didn't trust Scooby when Scooby told him the thing he told him, which we're not going to tell you. There's something that Scooby tells him. Shaggy doesn't believe him. It doesn't make any sense not to believe Scooby-Doo, by the way, who is like your best friend.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
But that happens in real life, where your best friend will tell you something.
Sometimes
Like, that guy you're dating is a real jerk face, and he's hiding it from you. I don't believe you. He never acts like that with me. No, because he wants you.
I like the positives I had for this movie, as far as Christian nutritional value, was the whole team building, I guess, theme.
Team reuniting.
Well, how to act like a team. Like, obviously,
instead of like individuals within a team.
Instead of individuals acting like a team. And that's not something that a lot of movies do address, I think. Or, it's not a major theme in a lot of movies. And so I thought that was good. Trying to show that, not one person is the
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone has to do their part. And when everyone does their part, you succeed in general. But if even one person is not...
They have to forgive and forget each other. I mean, not forget each other. They have to forgive each other and forget how they've all wronged... Well, except for Shaggy and Scooby, really. How they've all wronged each other. Shaggy and Scooby were already good to go from the beginning, though. Yeah.
Shaggy did wrong Scooby. He didn't believe
It's
him.
true, yes, he did. Shaggy did. Guys, if you hear any, squeaky noises, that's my chair. It's just rubbing up against the table. I don't want people thinking I'm, farting all the time on camera, oh, now it doesn't want to do it. That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, Shaggy. Okay, you're right.
That was
Everyone had to learn to forgive each other and just move on from there. They didn't keep bringing it up or anything like that. Yeah. They had to trust each other. This is a plus or minus. Scooby says a quick prayer of thank you and looks to the sky. Presumably this is to God, but that might be kind of a stretch because
for his food.
Because they had a bunch of food. I forgot exactly what, when. I just remember.
Wasn't it the villain was trying to lure him away, so he has a bag of hamburgers or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, a bag of food, and he's thank you, because he just runs into it and he looks up. Please stop doing the Scooby-Doo voice. You can't do it.
I know I can't do it, but I still think it's funny.
Quote unquote, oh God, is said by Daphne when Scrappy-Doo, in the Scrappy-Doo scene. I don't know if it's ever said in any other scene in the movie, but during that scene it is said. That's why I noticed it the most.
There might have been more.
There might have been. The language, I didn't really notice anything, but it's possible. Real monsters who possess humans. Mm-hmm. Actually, let me check the rating. Some rude humor, language, and some scary action. Language. Oh. Yeah, the back of the box says some rude humor, language, and some scary action. So there might have been more than just language. Oh God, but I'm not positive. By the way, I'm just quoting. I'm not. Yeah. I don't know. AOL keyword Scooby-Doo. You guys can check it out yourself. Just log on to your AOL browser and get right on that. Keyword Scooby-Doo. But yes, real monsters who possess humans are probably the biggest negative. Right there with the sexual innuendos with Velma and Daphne, which was PG-13 humor inserted into a PG movie. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was teenager humor. I don't know if they were trying to attract teenagers to watch this movie or they're trying to get something for the adults, but I mean, honestly, I think adults just wanted to see a classic Scooby-Doo movie with Scooby-Doo humor. That's really what I wanted to watch. Yeah. The innuendos were just off-putting because that's not what the movie was. They're just in there because they got 2 hot actresses to play Daphne and Velma, who look just like Daphne and Velma, but hotter. I mean, what else were they?
Velma was hotter. I don't think that.
I think Velma was hotter than Daphne, too.
No. I mean, Velma was hotter than her cartoon character. I don't think Daphne
Oh,
was
gotcha. I thought you meant. Well, I still think Velma was hotter than Daphne, but
Mm-hmm.
yes. Anyways, yes, Velma, because just look, like honestly, just look. If you don't think Velma's hotter than her cartoon
We don't
character,
have to talk about their hotness.
I mean, and it's important though because it's sexual innuendos are in there with Velma and Daphne.
Well, not just Velma.
It happens about halfway through the movie, if not later. But that's like it just kind of weird, just crops up out of nowhere. Like the entire time, you might be thinking like Velma's pretty hot, but nothing ever comes of that until like near like that's just it was just. Yeah. It's like the filmmakers got bored of the studios, like we need some sexual humor in there in the Scooby-Doo PG movie. Let's ruin the movie. As if we haven't done that enough.
And as I've said before, it did bother me that I know it's college kids on spring break, but everyone's always wearing short skirts and like midriff shirts and low shirts.
Nobody was wearing a sweater. Nobody was wearing pants. It was weird.
It's not. I'm not. You can be modest in the summer. Okay?
Modest is hottest.
I'm just saying everyone had a low-cut shirt or really short skirts or just bikini top and shorts or whatever. And yes, it was spring break in their college kids.
Come here.
No.
Do this with me. Modest is hottest. We said it together.
I didn't say it, and I made a weird face. I'm just saying it bothered me.
You're bothering me now.
Especially if I was going to watch it with kids.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes, agreed.
Like me personally, it didn't bother me. I'm just saying.
I know, I agree.
Want
I'm
kids watching this movie. I know you.
My final score for Christian nutritional value is a 6 out of 15.
I gave it a 7
out of 15. Surprising. I'm still surprised by your scores.
I really liked
for someone who doesn't like this movie as much as me.
Building aspect of the film.
I really like you.
Good.
Aspect of our life.
Oh, we don't go near any place with spooky, haunted, forbidden, or creepy in the name.
Well, hydrochloric.
Right, or hydroclonic, but that's for a whole different reason, man.
Coronavirus would like you to solve a mystery.
Our final score for Scooby-Doo is a 53 out of 100. I recommend this film only if you're a fan of Scooby-Doo. And know that this is not going to be classic Scooby-Doo in a movie form. If you haven't already seen it. If you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, you probably already have seen this movie. Unless you've just been putting it off because you've heard. I mean, just watch it.
Or if you really...
It's an hour and a half of your... It's 80, 5 minutes of your life.
Want a dumb movie to watch.
It is kind of a dumb movie.
And a movie for something that won't cause a lot of thinking.
It doesn't cause a lot of thinking. No, that's true. It's just a short...
It has some funny moments.
There is. There's moments in the movie, but the movie as a whole is not that great. But if you're going to watch it, I recommend it for, middle school and up. Yeah, elementary school and below, I would not recommend. Middle school and up, go for it.
That's like a catch-22, though, because elementary school kids don't get that. Like, they don't get
the sexual innuendos, though, I think inserts questions in their life that they don't have.
They don't need yet.
They don't need yet, yeah. Whereas, if you've already had the birds and the bees talk, I think you're, look, if Daphne's hot to you, Daphne's hot to you. The movie didn't have to have any innuendo for that one. You know what I mean? I don't know. Use your best discretion. If you're really basing whether you're gonna watch Scooby-Doo off this review or not, I say no. But if you have a kid who's mature, go for it. It's whatever. It's a movie. It's a kid's movie, but with some PG-13 humor in there.
Hope that helps.
I feel like there's a lot of weight on this video now. For what, some parents waiting and has a checklist. He's like, well, should my kid watch Scooby-Doo? Yes, no, maybe so. He has yes, no, maybe so written down. And he's like, I need to know. He's watched all the way down this review. Could just looked up a Common Sense Media review. No, looks up our review. So what do you think? Yes, no, maybe so?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Stay tuned as next time we review Corpse Bride. Directed by Tim Burton, starring... Who is in a Tim Burton film again? Johnny Depp. Oh, I'm shocked. Oh, I'm shocked. I can't even imagine Johnny Depp in a Tim Burton film. Those two together probably will make a good film if they make one. I don't know who the chick is.
Helena Bonham Carter.
I don't know who that is still. You keep saying the name, but it doesn't mean anything
Beatrix Lestrange from Harry Potter. She's in every one of Tim Burton's movies, too.
It's Corpse Bride. We don't own it. Do we want to? Find out next week. Stay tuned to subscribe, and... I thought you were going to say it.
Bye.
Bye.